Welcome to Cisco, Utah, one of the most photogenic ghost towns in the American West. Today you'll find weathered buildings, empty streets, rusting relics, and wide-open desert quiet. But Cisco was once a working railroad and ranching town, later transformed by the automobile age, uranium booms, and interstate bypasses. Unlike some preserved ghost towns, Cisco feels raw and exposed, more ruin than museum. That's part of its power. Safety note: structures may be unstable. Watch for nails, broken glass, sharp metal, snakes, uneven ground, and private property signs. Do not enter unsafe buildings. Stop 1. Arrival and first impressions. Pause and take in the scene. Sun-bleached wood, rusted metal, open sky, silence broken by wind and distant highway noise. Cisco began in the 1880s as a stop along the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. Water, fuel, freight, livestock, and passengers all mattered here. In dry country, any rail stop with water and service potential could become important. Imagine steam locomotives arriving in clouds of dust and smoke, workers unloading goods, ranchers shipping cattle, and travelers stretching their legs before moving on. This place existed because movement created opportunity. Stop 2. Railroad routes. Before highways, railroads were lifelines. Cisco served as a station where trains could take on water, crews could rotate, and freight could be handled. Remote desert towns often grew where locomotives required support. Interesting fact: many Western towns owe their location less to natural beauty and more to practical needs like water tanks, grade changes, or rail scheduling. Listen for the emptiness now. Once, whistles echoed here. The town's first heartbeat came on steel rails. Stop 3. Main Street/Service Town era. As cars and trucks became common, towns like Cisco adapted. Gas stations, garages, diners, small stores, and lodging served travelers crossing eastern Utah. Long before modern interstate exits with chain stations and fast food, road towns like Cisco were where you fueled up, fixed a tire, bought supplies, and got local information. Interesting story. In isolated places, station owners were mechanics, weather advisors, unofficial law enforcement, and storytellers all at once. If your radiator failed out here in summer, Cisco mattered a lot. Stop 4. The uranium years. Cisco received new life during the mid-20th century uranium boom. When uranium exploration surged across the Colorado Plateau, prospectors, truckers, geologists, and miners moved through towns across Utah and New Mexico. Cisco became a supply point and jumping-off place for nearby activity. Boomtown patterns repeated. More traffic, more business, more optimism. Interesting fact: many Western ghost towns lived more than one life. Railroad town first, highway town second, mining town third. Cisco reinvented itself more than once. Stop 5. Why it declined. So why did Cisco fade? The biggest answer was the interstate highway system. When I-70 bypassed many older route towns, through traffic disappeared. Fewer travelers stopped. Businesses lost customers. Jobs vanished. At the same time, uranium markets changed and regional economies shifted. Interesting fact: some ghost towns die from disaster. Others die from efficiency. A faster road a few miles away can empty a town more effectively than fire or flood. Cisco gradually quieted. Stop 6. Movie country and desert myth. This landscape feels cinematic because it is. Eastern Utah's Red Rock Country has appeared in films, photography, commercials, and road trip mythology for decades. Cisco's weathered buildings fit naturally into that visual tradition. The contrast is striking. Human structures meant to last, slowly surrendering to desert sun and wind. Interesting story. Many photographers visit Cisco because every angle tells a story. Abandonment, resilience, nostalgia, or the passage of time. Even ruins can become art. Stop 7. The remaining buildings. Look closely at what remains. Old service stations, weathered homes, utility remnants, faded signs, scraps of everyday life. These are not grand monuments. They are ordinary buildings made meaningful by survival. Someone cooked dinner here. Someone counted cash in a small store. Someone waited for mail. Someone hoped business would improve next season. Ghost towns feel dramatic, but they were built from normal days. Stop 8. Desert environment. Cisco also tells an environmental story. Heat, drought, distance, and isolation shape everything here. Maintaining buildings, utilities, and commerce in harsh country takes constant effort. When people leave, the desert works quickly. Wood cracks, paint peels, metal rusts, sand moves in. Nature is patient and efficient. Bonus story. The town the highway forgot. Across the American West, many towns feared the interstate. Merchants knew what bypass meant. Fewer stops, fewer meals sold, fewer gas tanks filled. Cisco became one of many places where the new road brought national progress, but local disappearance. Bonus fact. Cisco's modern fame grew partly through photographers, explorers, and road trippers who found beauty in decay. In an unexpected twist, abandonment became the town's final industry. Stop 9. Final reflection. Stand still for a moment. There was once fuel pumping, engines idling, radios playing, tools clanging, train whistles, laughter, frustration, ambition. Now there is wind. Cisco reminds us that prosperity often depends on networks. Rail lines, highways, markets, movement. When those networks shift, towns can vanish. But memory remains in walls, roads, and silence. Thank you for visiting respectfully.